Here we go. Is it working? It's a black screen. Here we go. Test, test, test. Here we go. Hello? Test, test, test. Here we go. Hello? All right. Turn that on. Okay. Awesome. Doing a multi-stream thing today. I didn't change any of my scenes or anything, but I think it'll be sufficient. Let's make that public. And try to work on the programming thing. The gist is that I was using Gemini Pro 2.5, the web version. I assume that's the only version. But try to work on a project with it. Pull up the idea. Not going to spend too long on this, just doing a test just to see how it would work. Little Visual Studio. Maybe you should make a browser source for this window. Switch to here. All right, let me pull up my background music. I have to use YouTube audio library stuff because of the multi-stream thing. All right. Oops. Looks like I don't have a list for YouTube music. That should be good. So I guess I've got 2 chat things. That's cool. Oops. My title's probably going to be messed up on Twitch. Because I forgot to assign it, I think. All right. Yeah, the goal here is to potentially make an application that I can use personally to edit audio. It's probably, I mean, we'll see how it goes. I do know programming, but I'm going to try to rely on Gemini Pro 2.5. And it's a relatively difficult subject in general, so if I were to try to do it myself, it would be a large undertaking that I don't want to spend a massive amount of time on. So we'll see. Pull up the chat so far. So it's already a large document. Here's the original prompt. Then we can go to the next one. So it's basically make a C#.NET WinForms application with the goal of processing podcast audio. Specifically, obviously it could be any type of audio, but yeah. Remove silent portions of video and also pause words and such. The idea is to have it editable through text rather than waveforms and things like that. And the next prompt here, I suggested, it basically gave me ideas and it was already writing code. And then I suggested to it using the OpenAI Whisper API or whatever it is. It's a local thing. It's not a web-based thing. So that it can read the audio and convert it into text. And then it's expanded on the idea based on that. And then the next prompt, I gave it a screenshot for some reason. It was already writing code again. Here's my additional suggestion to it. Pop-up chat. Whoops. I've got way too many windows on one screen. There we go. That's a little bit better. Is my audio working? Yeah. All right. Then I told it some of the hardware that I have, CUDA for the AI stuff, and AVX. My CPU supports that, the 9900X. So I wasn't sure which Nuget thingamajig to select. So if you look at the packages, in here I've got, I guess there's an all runtimes one. Oh, that's good. Then there's this in audio library. I think that's just general audio handling. And then JSON, which is a structured data format. So I think specifically the AI wanted to use that for files. So project files that will work with this, potentially. So where is my... Here it is. So from there... Okay, I was just asking it about the packages because there were multiple. I wasn't sure which one. So we were also going over where it suggested ways to handle the project. And the funny thing is, this is the type of stuff that I thought AI would not be capable of originally. Just, before ChatGPT existed. These are the kind of things that I was thinking it would not be able to do, but here we are. Let's see. So I got that one, and then I told it that I have the two things selected. So it suggested this as one of them. I was already writing code again. But then it started trying to run code in itself, which didn't work out well. So I don't have this. I don't think I installed that. Hopefully I can install it without restarting. It's 2.3 gigabytes. Driver. Well, we'll see what happens. Hopefully this doesn't mess up the stream. So I'm doing multi-streaming. So I'm gonna try to install this, which I didn't notice. So I didn't, I don't know if this one's in there. Let's see. Okay, it looks like it's in here. Yeah. All right. So as I said, I had the packages, and I gave it more specifics on the direction of the design I wanted to go. So potentially a fully mixed piece of audio, which would be multiple people together that's already been adjusted for levels, hopefully on the fly. But then I also suggested being able to do one or more two or more tracks, and then the application would need the ability to normalize the audio. So that's the general idea. Speech to text related stuff. Edit by words. So here's its response. And then I think we talked about containerizing some of it so that the text-based editor could be a multi-use component used in different areas of the program. So I don't want it tied to one specific thing. And one of these Wild Bill orange cream drinks. Never tried it. Tastes pretty good. All right, so that CUDA thing downloaded. Let me see if I can install it without restarting. Let's see. Okay. So it needs to. There we go. So it's breaking up into steps here. Obviously, with something like this, it's going to have a limited functional output. So I want it in pieces that I can implement. And then here's another prompt that I gave it. Non-destructive editing. And I was responding to its things that it was unsure of. Yeah, custom list of filler words that it could potentially remove or highlight. And I said collaborative work, break it down into pieces so that it can actually do it. Here's the response. Integrated CUDA profilers. Frame debugger. Yeah, I don't think I need those. All right, let's pull up Visual Studio again. Collect usage and platform data. Product version, display device, session data, CPU information. Yeah, sure, you can have it. All right. So it's breaking it down into steps. And I've already been adding some of this. Actually, this might have been the false start. Yeah, it was trying to execute code in itself. And it was doing, I don't know what. It's running some type of, who knows what. So, all right, here's the actual code. I'm going to have to tell it to change its namespace because I'm using a different namespace. And I have already added all of that, but I'm on this step here, the UI stuff. So I've got a menu strip item. I have the open new project, whatever stuff. It's suggesting a status strip element or whatever they're called. There we go. So we got that. Add a tools strip status label. Is that a thing? Okay, it's this. See if I can get these to fit on one screen for now. All right. Name it status label. I don't remember the order of this stuff. It's been a while. Where is name? It's in. New project. So I was going to put it in here for some reason. Oh man, this is rough. Very limited space. It's got a component here. I think that's in the partial, yeah. Guess I can put this in now. Actually, quite a bit of this is not tied to controls, so I can just paste it in there. Save project, save as, open. Okay. There we go. Might as well put the comments in there too. Alright, so it just calls the function, related function. It's even doing to-dos. That's cute. Probably should have renamed those, but hey, whatever. Oh, so it automatically did, kind of. That's cool. New. I don't feel like typing it. Open. Is this the future of programming? Or software development? Yeah, I guess you could call it. Cool. Yeah, I was already complaining about this. Inconsistent accessibility. It's a public class. List of word timing. Okay. Yeah, the default is internal now. Or maybe it always was, who knows. I don't know. But I didn't change it. Just gonna do public. All right. Current project, dead project path. What is this? It's not null here. Cannot be used in this context because something. Public. So it's a dot thing. Where was that? Where was it? In here? Set accessor is inaccessible. Why? I'll just remove that for now. All right. Just give a little bit of context. We'll see if it keeps that in memory. Whoops. Control Enter. Designing the control. Analyzing render logic. Defining the control structure. It's magic. I'll be curious to see the two streams and see how they work, because I've got one. YouTube is AV1 encoding, and then Twitch is its usual H.264, and it's actually doing multi 720p and 360p, and then YouTube's just 720p. All right. So now I need to scroll up, I guess. It's cool. It's got all of its thoughts in here that I could look at, I guess, but I'm going to skip on that for now. So I told it to use that namespace. Yeah. Task 3, reusable transcript editor. And I'll create the central UI component. For application, a user control. Really, that will display the transcript and handle the visual representation of cuts. Encapsulating this logic in a reusable control is a great architectural choice. I told it to do that. That will pay dividends later, especially when we implement the filler word review window. Create the user control in Visual Studio's Solution Explorer. Right-click on your project. Add new folder. Name it Controls or UI. Add new folder. What was this suggestion? Controls. Right-click Controls, add new user control, Windows Forms. This is like magic. User control. There we go. Boom. Rich text box. It might have additional pieces. We'll see. Oh. Properties. Docking. Full. Fill? Is there a full? Maybe it just means... oh, no, it was right. I was wrong. The center button, man, how does it know this? Holy crap, man. I mean, I know how it knows it, but that is crazy. All of human knowledge compressed into a little, or relatively small package. Although I don't know how many parameters Gemini Pro 2.5 has. It's probably pretty big. So we've got a filled control. Change its name to this. What? There we go. Set the front property. Okay, it's even selecting a specific font. Okay. It wants Segway UI. Size 11 or 12? We'll try 11. Well, let's see what 12 looks like. We'll try 12. Almost want to do bold. Actually, I might even prefer fixed width font. We'll see. I might change it in the future. Now switch to code view for this thing. Press F7 or right click. Let's see. Oh. Cancel. Wrong window. There we go. So limited on space. I'm only at 29,568 tokens. It has a million context window. All right. Now switch to the code view. This code adds necessary logic to load a transcript and visually render the cuts. Oh, whoops. Oh, no, this is good. Okay. All right. It's just wrapping stuff. Maybe I could shrink this a little bit. So I need to put these in here. I need this. Oops. We need this. We need that. It's trying to avoid Any control specific things? Okay, those don't exist yet. Add the control to the main form. Well, wait a second. Begin update. Is that in there? Yeah. I'll do that next. Or prompt it or something. Let's see. Build the project. It's not going to build. Oops. What else? What else? Oh my goodness. Like list view and tree view. See, this is the crazy thing to me, is that the AI are starting to take other things and then applying it. So for example, I have written a bunch of scripts for my video editing program, which I could show, but and early on with ChatGPT and such, it was very incapable of writing code for that. But it's gotten to the point, because it's a relatively niche video editing program, it's Magic's Vegas Pro, and the scripting functionality can be in C#, so .NET WinForms type of stuff like this. And now, for example, Gemini Pro is capable of writing code for that, and a lot of that code kind of exists around in different forms. There's a guy on YouTube that does a lot of scripting for that, but I'm pretty sure that the AI is just applying things that would work and then adjusting the context and all that. So it's starting to feel smart enough to be like legitimately an intelligence type thing. At least it feels like it. All right, so these things didn't exist in its code here, so it's probably going to implement those. Goal was to prevent the control from flickering and to speed up the process of applying styles to a large amount of text by suspending the drawing updates. I feel like it's going too far here. We'll see. All right. It's doing Windows API calls. Oh man. I don't know if that's necessary. Oops. Okay, let's see. Probably a performance optimization for very large transcripts, 2-hour podcasts with 20,000 plus words, programmatically applying styles to thousands of individual words can cause noticeable UI lag. Okay. Ah. Yeah. Hmm. Okay. Well, we'll see what happens. So I need to recopy all of this. Setting a font in the... Okay. Oh, it is changing things. Let's see. What is a word? Yeah, it's not even in there. All right. Smart is relative. Okay. I typed word.t instead of... That is insane. Okay. I think that was in here. It built. Corrected again. This is funny. It's got a personality. Alright, so I don't know why it reprinted the whole thing. But I'm just going to assume it's the same as what I've got. All right. Excellent. Whoops. Okay, there's going to be a lot of code. Getting audio in, transcribing it, and seeing the results in our editor. Task 4, single file workflow, import and transcribe. Connects pieces that we built so far, the logic to import the audio file, process it. Add the import audio menu item. Whoops. Keep doing that. One click. All right. There we go. The name is wonky now. Oh well. Double click. All right. Oh. Yeah, I guess that makes sense. I need to use a model. Oops, let me use this. Download the model from here. GGML. en.bin. Base. Q5. Q8. Oh, these are tiny. There's a large one. Maybe I'll do the... Oh, here it is. 148 megabytes. If I was stored with X Yes. Create a new folder named models. And I need to remember where I put this. Here we go. All right. Got it in there. I need to probably add, well, oh, it sees it. Copy always. Oh, copy of newer. Sure. A little faster that way. All right. I've got so many windows open. All right. Take this, put it up here. And then this would go into, okay, not that. All right. Okay, that's not any good. Hmm. I'm missing something. Wait operator can be used with an async method considering it is. Changing its return type to task. It is. Why is it complaining? Oh, I forgot to add a control. Toolbox. Are we in here? I don't even know how to add my own control. What's it called? Nope. Oh. Let me rename this so I'm getting some consistency. Yeah. Clearly does not know Whisper very well. I don't either. So, you have caught me again. Okay. Work against the latest documentation. Yeah, I think the knowledge level of Gemini Pro 2.5 is January. So it's possible it's changed since then. So let me see if I gave this access to the internet. Yeah, it has grounding with Google search. Oops. Okay, this is not linking. Anyways. You have to remove that line completely. Default part of the all right, so I'm going to delete this thing. Assume that's it. Let me hide that for a second. So let me not put this in here for the moment. Just need to build it. There we go. And I do not know how to add. Oh, here it is. Nice. And then it was called. Oops, actually I can. Let's not. Whoops. There we go. So I called it this thing. Go up to the name property. Is there a name property? Gotta be in here somewhere. It's in here? No. What? What? Oh, I'm in the flippin'. Okay. Duh. More errors. It's fewer errors. Let's see what this result is. var. Oh, that's helpful. Process async. It returns a task, I think. Let's see, processor. Whisper factory, something. Oh no, this is different. Yeah. I don't know how I feel about var being used because it's so useless. Trying to understand things. Should I say your code? Understand. I async enumerable segment data. Yeah, I guess that's what it is. Maybe I'll confuse it too much if I do that. I cannot spell E-N-U-M-E. I'm going to give it a name of whatever this is, so it has better context. That looks like the only error. All right. Yeah, so far there's been a lot of errors, but it seems to fix things as I tell it. It's very apologetic. My memory of the API has been completely wrong. Waste? Oh my gosh. What is it? I think I need to tell it to stop. How's it going? Trying to use Gemini Pro 2.5 to make an application. I've used it before with smaller things, but in this case, I've gone from the idea to implementing in steps. We'll see how it goes. So, the general idea of this application is something to edit audio files for a podcast. And the idea is either a singular audio file or multiple. It's for one for each person. So with the singular file, it would just give me an interface where you could edit by words. So it needs to translate, it needs to use, in this case, the whisper thing that takes voice and it turns it into the text. And then it's going to display all of the text and give you the option to delete words or remove pauses, things like that, and also remove the pause words. So and type of thing. But the editing interface ideally is just going to be text. Assuming anything will work at all. We'll see. Yeah. All right. So it says to get word level data, you must explicitly configure the Whisper processor builder to include it. The correct method to do this is dot with word timestamps. When you use this method, I've never used this API, so I don't know anything about it. The segment data object that is returned in the loop will have the words property populated. My previous code was missing this crucial builder step. Let's write the correct code. Final version. Yeah, I'm sure it'll be the final version. I'm just going to copy paste. Imagine programming turning into copy paste. I'll take it though. I've never enjoyed like the in the trenches implementation step. I mean, I wouldn't say I've never enjoyed. I just haven't. That's not my thing. My thing is more like the design. All right. Oh man, it's confident in the code. Let's see. Does it build? It does not build. This is the critical fix. We must call with word timestamps. Does it have with duration, with language? There's threads. Maybe I need to give it the API. Like a document or something. This really does not seem to know what's going on. Let's see if there is a API document. I don't know. There's a README file. It's not good enough. There are examples, but this is very much not a useful. So like a PDF or something. I don't know. Maybe I can give it a link. Okay, that was useless. Is there... Let me just copy this, I guess. I wish there were a document just describing the API out in a big file. I don't know. I highly doubt this is it. I wonder if I could generate it with Visual Studio. This is some random company. Paper? What is this? .NET. Maybe... Maybe this. Turn on your URL context. I think it is on. Oh, it's not on. Crap. Stop. Stop. All right, so I didn't have that on. Let's try it again. It's interesting to see how like functional it is at this level, but yeah, it's struggling. All right. Let's see what it said. You're absolutely 100% correct. Fields. What is this? way that it responds is very unusual. I think there was a research paper or something related to if you threaten, I don't think it's true anymore, but there were some people saying if you threaten the models, they are better. So this type of response makes me wonder if they're like high level prompting or whatever. Like at a base level, makes it sound like this. Okay, with timestamps. I don't think so. Oh, okay. It is different. Let's see if this one works. There's another error. Does not exist. Oh my god. Man, I need a list of functions. I don't think it was in here. Model card, what is this? No. It's a research paper. There's a blog. If I go into... Oh wait, what is this exactly? Whisper Factory object. Implementation maybe? Okay, that did nothing. Oh wait, is it? Duh. I'm clicking on the wrong thing. How big is this? I don't want to kill my context window. It's only 200. So this should have all of the information on that class. Oh, what was it called? Whisper Factory. I don't know if pasting, well, it was only 300, like 200 something lines. Whoops, I just... Oh, nope. Do I still have that up? I don't know if this will be helpful, but we'll see. Oh my gosh. That looks cool. Let's get rid of that. And maybe there's some other, like the object browser thing. I don't even know where that is. I'm confident. Yeah, we'll see. It's a lot smaller. Oh man. I honestly didn't think it would mess up this much. Because I've had really good luck with the video editor scripts that I've been writing with its efforts. Oh, still doing that. So this is in Whisper processor. Chord at word timing. So it'd be is it segment data? Yeah. Go to implementation. Okay, I probably don't need to give it whatever the heck that is. Let's there's no word in there. Shift enter. All right. Man. It'd be nice if I could just get a big API document for Whisper. I assume it exists somewhere, but I have no idea where it'd be. Or just like some way to print it out. Because it just doesn't know what's available and such. Now it's very... The tokens property. Where is the object browser thing? I don't remember. Let's see. Visual. Control Alt J. There we go. Cool. Now I need... Nice. So can I print this into a file or something? I could probably write a script that would do that. That'll be a whole nother project. What is this? Copy. I highly doubt it's that easy. Switch to here for a second. Pull up a text editor. Nope, it just copied the name of it. Never mind. Well, stream thing. I'm surprised how many people are showing up in the YouTube stream. It's kind of funny. Said my programming YouTube channel is very old, but it's also, I don't have a ton of stuff on there. All right. Yeah. Yeah, I think probably the only way would be to write a program to print this out and then pull whatever descriptions and such into a large document, because I don't know where that would exist on the internet. And then I feel like that would give it enough context to actually know what the hell it's doing. Yeah, because it even has summaries in there. Man. Let's try Google AI. See if I can. Out the. Is there a way to print out the API including summary? The documentation is immediately accessible through IntelliSense. Yeah, that's not helpful to me. So the Google AI thing, AI mode is searching and stuff for me. I need one large. DocFX to generate a single HTML. Maybe this. What is DocFX? Hmm. I mean, it's hard for me to believe that no one would find that useful and have made something to basically turn this into one big document. What the heck? So I would need the .NET SDK, Node.js to make PDFs. Looking at this thing. I don't think I have the SDK version, the framework thing. I can try to run a command real quick and see. Okay, I do. Oh. I would change the directory. Hmm. Well, sure. Make sure this is saved. Does it have errors? I think it does, yes. So I don't know if it'll generate the whisper stuff. We'll see. Oh. Markdown docs. Sure. 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 Run this. Whoops. Did it just fail? How do I install that? All right. Install Node.js. Windows installer. This is relatively small. Sure. Down the rabbit hole. Sure. Is it doing anything? Oh my goodness. I'm just gonna go here for a second, just in case. Yeah, so this has been a interesting journey. It's installing what who knows what. Adding Python something. Visual Studio redistributables. I'm surprised it would work with Visual Studio open. I'm going to close it just in case. Probably going to end the stream relatively soon here. And the nice thing, or maybe the reason that I had a lot of success with the video editor scripts is because they have one large document describing the API. And also they have some examples that I give the Gemini Pro. So that in combination with my own code probably gives it enough context to write code decently well. So in this case, it's really struggling with the Whisper API. So if I can get at that, I feel like there's a chance. Man, whatever this Node.js thing, giving it the ability to add stuff is a process, it looks like. Is it done? think it's still installing stuff. Oh, it's done. Okay. It just left the PowerShell thing open, it looks like. I think. Try this again. No, it said Node.js is still not found. Okay, so let's try this again. Yes. I'm gonna give it the wrong folder. Let's do no. No. Yes. What is this saying? I don't know. Okay, so it's running. Localhost. Pull up this. Okay. So it has nothing in it. Maybe this is not what I was hoping for here. Like, what am I missing? Yeah, it's just an empty website. Yeah, that's not what I want. Or at least I'm not doing it right. Alright. I mean, I could start a whole new thing and try to write a program that would basically convert the object browser data that you can see in Visual Studio to a big document. That's probably what I might have to do. But I'm surprised it doesn't exist already. It probably does, I just don't know how to search for it or what. I don't know. Before I do that, I'm just going to check this because I did give it more context. I just would like to give it the entire thing. So, Wow, that opened really fast. Whoops. Delete. More errors. Oh my gosh. Whoops. Like, what is that called? Self? It's saying, can I convert long to time span? So end, where is end? This time span. Word timing, yeah, it just does not know anything about the API. Yeah, that's the problem. Yeah, I think I'm gonna hold off on that. It really needs that context to do this effectively. Which it makes sense in a way, because if it just doesn't know and it doesn't have it in its model, it needs that data. Like a human would need that data, because, I mean, it's not necessarily... What a human can do is, I have access to Visual Studio, so I can see what it is and how it works. But the model doesn't have that, so that's part of the problem. I'll probably do a little programming session of trying to make a program that will go through DLL or whatever they're called. Basically, printing out the object browser data that you can see in the Visual Studio program editor. So this, but obviously not all, just the whisper in this case, and then I'll probably do it for in audio. But the model really needs this context. I just wish there were a way to print it out without having to do roll my own thing. Let me see, print. The Visual Studio Object Browser does not have a built-in... This is another AI overview in Google. Select the desired text, right-click, copy. Yeah, that doesn't work. All right, it's getting late. Yeah. Hmm. Let me just make a new chat real quick and just give it the idea and see what it'll do. New project. Geez, I don't remember which one. Probably this one. Okay, that's a really old one. Huh? Well, whatever. Uh, 4.7.2. Just use the later one. What are these called? Packages. I don't even know the wording of all this stuff. Or it goes in browse. What are these called? Package. Showing actually All right. Write a program to help me do programming, or help the AI do programming. Using AI to write a program to make a program that helps the AI do programming. Of course. Leveraging reflection. Still. PowerShell. Oh man. Let's see if this thing is on my computer. I don't know what any of that means, but I will say yes. Okay, that was useless. I'm missing something. Sure. No? PS gallery. Yeah, that does sound suspect. Oh, okay. I see what the problem is. This doesn't have administrative rights. So I'd have to do that. Let's see if this works this time. Okay, I'm gonna skip that. I think it's confusing things. Tools. What was it called? Like install itself. Is there a .core? Okay, there is. Sure. Okay, I think that's what it wanted. Let's see where it's putting this. Okay, it has its own class. Maybe it's gonna read instead of like having me. Whoops. All right, let's see what happens. Oops. Whoops. What is it doing here? I don't know how to make these clamp each other. Let's see. Guess that wants another. All right. All right. Let's get rid of this. Well, okay, I already added the using statements, I think. Yeah. Making combined information, simplified example. See what this is. Documentation generator, yeah. Rename. Rename. Can I rename that? Yes. The name file does not exist. This one. All right. Let me see if I actually changed the project folder name. What did it call it? API documentation generator. It didn't change it. Let me just rename the. See if this breaks it. Not a good way to start off a project by screwing with the name of it. We'll see. Yeah. Well, so what I'm going to do is redo it. Just so I'm consistent. Oops. Maybe I should be using the other one. Let me see. Yeah. Other one was old. Let's see, LTS. Why is that? Did I miss something? Okay, let me redo that. I'm really good at this. Pin this one. Next. Oh, duh. All right. Oh, I did change both of them. That's odd. It worked that time. That was strange. Take these, put these in here. Oh, they just automatically showed up. How nice. And should be the correct namespace. What? Oh. Nuget. This one. Oh. Yes. All right. So we've got that going. Pull this down to the bottom here. Okay, it just regenerated. What is this? Where is my last prompt? Okay, here's my prompt. Excellent choice. This. Oh. Okay. Okay, so that's installed. That's installed. I don't know what that warning symbol. Again, they're all depreciated. Probably just doesn't have the context. Actually, I don't know if I gave this access to the internet. Oh. All right. This one. Sure. That's cool. So I need... Oh, there's a lot of code. Oh, what? It's not going to change the label. Oh. Text box. Another label. Version. Probably easier if it pulled this data instead of a text box. For the package idea and version, text box. I don't know if I want to complicate this. Let's not. Maybe in the future. All right. This was version. Whoops. There's stuff I don't need. Whoops, what am I doing? There we go. And then the button. There we go. Let's see. Nuget service. I already forgot the key combination to do that. Well, there's already errors. Get core v3. It is literally right there. What does it mean? It's not contain a definite. Okay, it's. I see what it's saying. It's not going to give me options. Can I do that? Show potential fixes. Oh, I'm gonna do this first. API documentation generator. Update your form. I need to make a action. Oops. There we go. So it's async. I don't know if I can do that. We'll see. I got 3 dots. Text log. Yeah. Totally did not. Oh, did I forget that? Like it was a rich text box. Oh yeah. Okay, that was my fault. I'll just have it the size as it is. Change that later. Whoops. There we go. I know there's an error. Okay, there's a lot of errors. Oh. I guess I just delete this maybe. Assembly director. I don't know if that's used anymore. So it's complaining about this one. Let me make sure this is the same before I Nuget service. Package archive reader. What is this? Extract. Let's extract file. Get archive hash. Yeah, I'm running into the same problem where the AI just doesn't have enough context to properly do coding. Okay. Whoops. Huh. Oh. Just delete this. Whatever. Okay, this is a mess. So is this outside of what? It's a class, I guess. I mean, does it really need to be in here? Yeah, that's all right. Awesome. Why did it use a different name? Or maybe I didn't change the name. Did I change the name? Must have missed it when it suggested that. Okay. That was oddly slow. What did it call it? So it's going to print. I didn't even look at the code. I don't know what it's going to do. Sure. Oh. Let's switch to here for a second. Let's put it into here. An error occurred. See if it's capable. Right. Oh my gosh. Tap of the file. Oh, okay. API documentation generator. There's that. Place this class inside, but outside the main class. Alright, I guess. I don't know why it has to be in the same one. Update the generate method. Update the generate method. Is there a generate method? Okay, here it is. All right. I have to go and look at what that input was again. Actually, just for testing purposes. This. Actually, I should probably look at mine and see which version it's using. Whoops. This. That. All right. Sure. Bro. Error occurred. Could not load assembly. What does this mean? Okay. 971. Maybe I was hyping up the AI too much. The more robust solution in, let's see, in here. Okay, we've got this. Replace the old custom assembly load context. Wherever the hell that is. It's not in there. Okay, it's this thing. There's that. Oops. Your main class used prove logic above. Why is it showing me this then? Place the brother. I don't know how people do vibe coding. It's clearly maybe they're using some other. I look at that error again. Problem is, once I click this, I can't do anything else. Solution would be the solution would be adding try-catch loop things, but I don't want to do that. brother replaced the entire thing, but then it remains unchanged. Yeah, that looks bigger than what I've got here. This is something else. The funny thing is that, I mean, it's just, I don't know if it's including that additional class that it's stuck in here. Oh wait, where am I? This one. Keep going. Yeah. This is something else. I'm probably going to end stream pretty soon here, though. Same issue. Whoops. What was it called? All right. I mean, I could look at it for myself. Let's see. It's 1.81. It's probably the one I was using. But I don't know what the other parameter is. Yeah, it's very confident things will work, but that's generally not the case. Let me see what I gave. All right. The correct. Where's the class? Here we go. There we go. See if it compiles. Doesn't even compile this time. Path assembly resolver. Huh? Yeah, it's just making stuff up this time. All right. I don't know about that. Let's see if that makes any difference. Oh wow, there you go. Oops. Hmm. So 1.5. I think it was 1.8. Let me check. $1.81. Not really sure. How's it going? Just trying to make a thing. Are you seeing these chats? Yeah, I'm just not looking at it till now. I was trying to make a program with Gemini Pro, but it ran into the issue where it just doesn't have the context of the APIs I'm trying to use. So I'm trying to make a program that'll print out the function names, the class names, the properties, the any descriptions that are built into the API, and just print it into a big document, probably an HTML document. And then I would give that to the AI. And I feel like that's going to give it enough context to actually be functional. But it's basically running into the same issue of trying to make this program that I can print out API documentation. So the thing is, I've had a lot of success with video editor scripts for a specific. I use Magic Vegas Pro, but they offer an API for the implementation, basically like what I'm trying to make here, and that works. It's pretty functional writing code for that. So I give it some examples, but in this case, it just doesn't appear to have enough context for what I'm trying to do. I mean, yeah, but the podcast editing idea, it's going to use the Whisper API with the plan and such. Yeah, the original idea, yeah. But this is a side project that I'm trying to make a thing that prints out, like, for example, the Whisper API data, where it's all the properties, functions, classes, any built-in documentation into it. I just want to print that out into a file. But yeah, it's struggling to make that as well. Let's see. It's very confident that it found a solution. We'll see. All right. So it wants to revise this class again. What if you're trying to ask it to reverse engineer the concept, put some time there, and then proceed? I mean, it's not really... What it's struggling with is actual implementations of APIs, because it doesn't know what's available in a class and such. It'd be a little difficult to describe at this point. Let me see. I'm gonna change this class again and see if it did anything. So I'm not really having an issue with the concept of the project. It just can't implement it properly based on, again, APIs it's trying to use. So the Whisper.net, that's a API that it uses a large language model to convert audio to text, basically. I've never used it personally, so I don't know like the specifics. But this Gemini Pro 2.5, again, it doesn't seem capable in the sense of, for example, right here, I just copy pasted this new attempt and it's not working. So it's trying to use a function that doesn't exist. What's the other error? Yeah, so it generated multiple uses of functions that don't exist. That's the type of thing that it struggles with, apparently. This one. It's actually pretty good at conceptual things. I did originally on the podcasting editing thing. It was pretty good at that aspect. So, I mean, okay, it gave me a piece of the class. That's looks like what the problem was. Let's see. I don't know if I still need this in here. How do you start with the prompts? It's a Gemini Pro 2.5. All right. So it compiled this time. Yeah, I think it told me something that it didn't follow correctly in that specific case. Let's see. There we go. Let's see what it is with that. Yeah. This is the original prompt. It's just trying to design the application. Again, it's not struggling with the generic aspect of it. It's struggling with the actual implementation of using APIs and such. Which makes sense. It probably just doesn't have the built-in contexts in the model. Training-wise. I don't know, you know. So I'm just trying to write a thing that can give the AI specific, very specific context that it needs. So in this case, it's trying to understand what it's using in the back end, how it works. Yeah. We'll give it another chance here. What do I do besides this? Make YouTube videos about photography. Yeah, in the past I've done contracted computer programming. All of my other YouTube channels should be linked on the main channel page of this one. So here's another error that it has. Does not contain a definition. Whoops. I can show an example of actual code that Gemini Pro has made that is pretty functional. Let's see. All right, here's another attempt here. Oh, it looks like it's redoing this one as well. See if it compiles. Anyways, here's video editor program. So I've written a bunch of tools for this. Again, probably a fair amount of this was basically written with Gemini Pro at this point. For example, adjusting events on the timeline. I've written a thing where, based on a list of time codes in the video editing timeline, it'll clip up the video and then it'll recompress all of the remaining pieces together. And that's super useful. So what I do on the other side is I make a full video and then I ask Gemini Pro to make a highlight video based on caption data, where YouTube makes auto captions for videos. So I fixed up the auto captions. Funny enough, with Chat GPT at this point, where it'll fix up based on a prompt. It'll fix up the YouTube auto captions to make them cleaner and better formatted, and then I paste that back into YouTube, and I just verify it once, and that saves me a lot of time. And then I have caption data that's clean, functional, and it's exact to the video. So I take that back into Gemini Pro, for example, and I ask for a highlight video. So it reads through the captions and it takes caption blocks and kind of decides which ones might be good for a highlight video under 1 minute. So if if a video is 5 minutes long, then the highlight video has to be under 1 minute long. It's going to be a vertical video, and it's decent. It's like moderately functional at doing that. Sometimes it's pretty good, and it's just a nice little time saver for making highlight videos, stuff like that. I've been using Gemini Pro for making website articles based on the video as well, and it looks at the frames of the video to pull out frames that I can use this script for to actually take out the frames from the video and turn them into JPEGs that I can put on the website, type of thing. Stuff like that. A silence program. I actually wrote this based on someone else that made this script. They have a YouTube channel. I can't remember his name at the moment, but it's specific to this video editor. So that's basically written by hand. Place photos. What I do with this one is I have GoPro camera footage, and then I have a bunch of photos. So if I'm out at a convention or something, like an anime convention, I'm taking photos of cosplayers, people in outfits. And so I've got that GoPro footage and I've got photos. And inside photos, there's something called EXIF information that has a date time for each photo. And then in the GoPro footage, when you start the video, it has a date time for that. So I can reference the two and then place photos on the timeline based on time date information. And I can relate it to the GoPro footage. So that's what this script does. Things like that. This one generates text for the video based on EXIF information in the photos. So focal length, aperture, shutter speed, ISO is all built in, say, based on the camera settings. So, and that just makes a overlay text for each one. So I can select multiple pictures and then it generates those text objects, stuff like that. This one, generate time mark lists. You can make markers in this program and the marker can have text. So I relate those to how YouTube has time codes plus a piece of text where it splits up the video on YouTube, and it's easy for viewers to go to different parts of the video based on what they might want to look at. So that's a nice little time saver if I just do it in the video editor and then generate a list that I can copy paste into YouTube's description type of thing. But yeah, a fair amount of that at this point has been made with AI stuff. I can pull up the project as well. So this is functional code. But for example, this timeline thing, I have a big list of functions. You know what? What? I don't know. I'm trying. It does not translate into monetary wealth, sadly, at this point. Let me be honest. Oh boy. Go for it. Yeah. Let's see if this works. No, it still has errors. Decode method signature blob something. No, not understanding 50% of the things, but I'm smiling. Yeah, I'm trying. Thanks. I appreciate it. Do you do programming and such? I don't know why this thing is struggling so much. I'm gonna... The problem is here I don't know the APIs and such it's trying to use. So I can't really help it unless I spent hours and hours trying to understand myself how this all works. Whoops. Actually, let me change this to 1.81 just in case. Yeah, same issue. Found exception. Used to do it in college as CS engineer by education. College days, freelance digital marketing gigs. Engineering or coding. Oh, you're not doing it anymore. Okay, I see. Yeah. I feel it has a lot of potential, but the challenge is clearly it's not vibe coding. I don't really know how people do vibe coding, but I don't think it's, at least with this specific AI, it's not super viable. Marketing at the moment, yeah. I mean, you could definitely use AI tools in marketing, like making copy and stuff, but you probably want to edit it because I think at this point there's detection algorithms and stuff that would notice if it's fully AI generated. Man. Good but not scalable? Okay. Yeah, there's probably a few models that are better than Gemini at programming. The reason I'm using this one is I like the large context window. It's 1,000,000 tokens, but it's clearly not working at this point for what I'm trying to do here. I probably should have just given it a much smaller task. Yeah, I think it's probably just going to crash out again. Let me do 1.81. Yeah, same problem. Let's see. Explicit. Load. What do you do when you're free? PC games? The only game that I've played recently is it's called Uma Musume, which is horse. Uma means horse in Japanese. It's a mobile game. Stuff like that. Uh, there's a game called Indie Carts. It's on Steam. That one's pretty fun. There's an older game called Outrun. It's made by Sega, or at least published by Sega. So Outrun 2006. I like that one. I'm going to give it this error again and see if it does anything. I think it's cooked at this point. I don't think it's going to work. Whoops. Yeah, I'm not going to mention my age. I'm pretty old. So. Pretty old. Maybe. Maybe. Let's see. This is going to be in my last attempt, see if it works. Yeah. It's very possible. I need to do other stuff. This is just kind of a waste of time at this point because it doesn't seem functional enough. All right. Best overload for... I'm just gonna see if I can print screen this. Yeah, likewise. Best of luck with the marketing stuff. I'm probably going to try to do more multi-streaming. I usually stream on Twitch, but, oh, thanks. Yeah, I don't know when I'll stream on here again. We'll see. This is just kind of a test to see how it works. But generally, I would stream on Twitch, but I'm trying to potentially implement or use YouTube more for streaming, like in different subjects. So if I'm doing programming, I'll stream to this one, or if I'm editing a video, I'll stream to my larger channel type of thing. Or I do some sewing and stuff too. So if you ever heard of the word cosplay, it's people wear outfits of game characters, anime characters, stuff like that. I've done that in the past. And I do photography, so I do the cosplay photography. Yeah. So I have a channel for anime or cosplay and crafting type of stuff. So I have streamed making a cosplay twice or 3 times. All right, okay, this will be the last attempt. See if it works. Yeah, okay. I'm trying. Thanks. Let's see. More errors. Yeah, it's just basically given the same error. Anyways, I'm gonna head out. I mean, you're 25. Oh wait, I am. Okay. You've got the vibe. All right. Thanks. Yeah, that's cool. Best of luck. So yeah, I'm gonna head out. Maybe I'll do this again. We'll see. Peace.